Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with the first layout for the August sketch inspired One Sketch Two Ways with Vanessa and Lisa. And this month we are also being joined by Janet from RTS Scrapbooking, and I will have all the links down below at the bottom of this video. And so this first sketch you saw at the beginning of the video is a one-page sketch, and for this series this month we decided that we would also do a prompt, a sort of a story prompt, and then a tool or something that you'd have to add on the layout. And so the story prompt for this one is that it has to be something about water, so boating or something on the water or in the water, but something water related. And then the tech prompt had to be a tool of some sort or a tag, whatever you wanted to add, but that had to also be a component on the layout. So the first thing that I decided to do here was take a plain piece of white cardstock. This is just American Crafts white cardstock, and I did not gesso this cardstock or put anything before I started my mixed media. I am actually using acrylic paint, and so I oftentimes, when I use acrylic paint, I don't actually put any gesso down on the page because the paint pretty much acts as almost as a gesso itself, and I wasn't using a whole lot of water, just the water that's in the paint itself pretty much. And so it really, my paper warped a little bit, but not a whole lot. And so for this, I wanted to sort of mimic the strips of paper that are on the original sketch, and so I decided to take two colors of my acrylic paint. One was a desert turquoise, I believe it was, and the other one was a robin's egg blue. And I just went ahead, there you saw I just did the stripes in the left corner, bottom corner, and then because I wanted to add something up in the top right so that it wouldn't be so plain. In the actual sketch it was empty, but I wanted to have an embellishment cluster up there as well, so I went ahead and put the same stripes up there at the top, and then just added some water to my paint and did some splatters. While that was drying, I did go ahead and go on my silhouette, and I found a cut file of a beach umbrella. And so I decided to go ahead and cut that out. I basically did an offset so that I would get three individual pieces that had the cutout in the middle so that I could back the middle pieces. The original cut file did not have, it was just solid, and so I made it with an outline instead so that I could back each of the umbrellas with a piece of pattern paper. And so I just showed you there really quickly how I go about doing that. I just simply glue it on the pattern paper and then cut it out. And once I had that done, you saw that first one was a different piece of paper. I actually went back and recut it and backed that first piece again with that polka dotted pattern paper instead. And then because I felt like it wasn't adding enough, there wasn't enough texture, it was still flat, I just did decide, there you saw, I did go and put some stitching around that umbrella, which you'll see better in the close-ups because it is white on white. Now this layout does have a piece of pattern paper, not pattern paper, but cardstock in the background that I'm going to use to frame the entire layout, and that was just a piece of, I believe it's an Echo Park solid colored cardstock, and it was a very, very dark turquoisey blue color. And next I am just going to go through and mat my photo. I have a couple of different pieces of pattern paper that I'm going to use. Two of them are scraps, and then I have this one 6x6 piece of pattern paper that I will also add as a mat around the photo. And pretty much, I believe, all of the papers that I use for my pattern papers for this layout all came from the Poolside, so the Crepe Paper Poolside collection, which is a number of years old at this point. I'm not even sure when it came out. It might have been maybe it was their 2016 line, possibly. And so that is the papers that I'm using. That all the umbrella was backed in papers from that collection. So here I'm going to go ahead and start to lay out my design. And so I know my photo, like the sketch, is going to be down there in the corner. And so I also decided to, instead of just having the two blue stripes of paint, I decided to bring in a paper strip in yellow that is also from the poolside collection, and I'm just going to put it in that same vertical and horizontal line that it shows on the sketch. And I am not going to do a fishtail on the ends. I'm just going to leave them straight. And then once I have those down, I am going to take and I'm going to finish off my little umbrella top with the little, there's always that little knob that's on the top of the umbrellas, and so I used a wooden button from the poolside collection for that. And as you see here, I'm just going to go about adding different embellishments and deciding what I want to put in the clusters on this layout. So there will actually be two clusters on this layout. There'll be, just like the one in the sketch, there'll be one there in that bottom left. And then, like I said, I added those two stripes at the top, so there will be, again, another cluster there at the top. I decided for my layout that I wanted to not have quite so much white space, and so that's why I decided to do that additional cluster up to the top right of the layout. So here you see I'm just kind of trying to decide what I want to use, and I know my title for this one is going to be Let's Swim. And in the photo, my daughter's in the background, but my son is the main focus, and this has become his favorite thing to say nearly every single night is "let's swim." He's become a much better swimmer over the last couple of months, and so if we would let him, he would be in the pool constantly. So this is his new favorite saying. So I'm just going to put my title down, and again, I like to have my title close to my photo or close to an embellishment cluster, and so I have it there to the right of my photo. And it was at this point that I kind of gotten things sort of laid out that I decided I needed a few more splatters with the ink, because it wasn't going to come up behind the umbrella like I wanted to, so I'm just going to go ahead and add those. So while you're watching me sort of put some of the finishing touches on this layout, I did want to let you know that the Sketch Inspired series for August will go on for 3 sketches, and the videos will come out every second Friday in August. And so make sure you keep an eye out for those. And for my series on my channel, I am going to do, just like I did the first time, a $20 gift certificate. So all you have to do to enter for that $20 gift certificate is just comment on any of the videos, and I will put your name in the drawing. And this time I decided that I would let the winner decide where they wanted their $20 gift certificate to come from. So as long as the store is an online store that does gift certificates, I will be happy to get a gift card for whichever the winner's choice would be for an online gift card. So you can get yourself some fun scrappy goodies. And so here you see, this is what I used to finish the layout. I added a couple more of those poolside wooden buttons, and then as a finishing touch I just do 3 enamel dots in each of my 2 clusters, and that will complete the layout. So guys, I will have all the links for Lisa and Janet's channels below. I will have the sketch, the link to the sketch, as well as the cut file that I used for this layout. So be sure to leave a comment and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss when the next 2 layouts come out for this series. And with that, I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.